things that they have planned. Oh, they even share some details about Super Extreme Awakening. Okay, so let's see, because I had did a video. If you didn't watch it previously, I don't really blame you, but I thought it was a good video. You can check it out. It'll pop up on your screen at the end of this one. Which, by the way, if you haven't already, be sure to like on the video. I appreciate it. And I speculated on some of the possible characters that they could Extreme Z Awaken, ones I would like to see. And I also gave them passive skill updates because I didn't know to what extent they would be upgrading characters. Would it just be passives? Were they going to increase the max level cap, which I didn't think they would do? Would it be an increase to the super attack level cap? Would it be leader skill changes? Like, what are they doing, right? But it does look like here they're mainly focusing on passives, which may or may not be new info for you. I haven't really been keeping up with that too much over the last couple of weeks. So, Dokkan Festival featured characters and LR characters who have undergone the final step of Z Awakening are going to be eligible, and they're going to be working on passive skills. They're going to be focusing on the passives of characters, which is the most important part of these characters. Oh man, don't show me no stuff like this. I don't want to see anything with this guy getting a super at all. Don't even insinuate it. Like, this guy just got it. Oh my god, don't show me that. He's so unbelievably broken. But we don't need game balance. So I don't know why I'm saying don't show me that. Actually, matter of fact, bring it all on. I don't care. Get the Awakening medals required for Super Extreme Z Awakening by clearing level Super and completing missions. It will be done via the already existing Extreme Z battles. Specifically, we'll be adding a new level. Okay. So it's the same stuff. It's just added in there. They're going to be adding a super stage. And the first character to get a Super Extreme... This is not really surprising because his image was plastered all over all the promotional material for this. So, Super Saiyan 3 Goku AGL. Were you playing when this guy released? Let me know in the comments down below. Were you playing when this guy released? It was so fun playing back then when this guy released, man. And then he was really good when he got his EZA initially. All right, let's see what they're doing to the boy. Ki +2 and attack and defense plus 200%. Performs a critical hit for 1 turn from the character's entry turn. Super class allies chance of performing a critical hit plus 20%, and extreme class allies chance of performing a crit plus 10% for 3 turns from the character's entry turn. Plus an additional 150% attack and defense for 5 turns from the character's entry turn. Plus an additional attack and defense plus 150 and high chance of launching an additional super when performing a super attack for 7 turns from the character's entry turn. By the way, this is super good. From the entry turn is super damn significant. It's super significant. We love that. We like that a lot. At least I think people love that. I think I like that too a lot. Just let me know if you don't like it. But anyway, I don't like turn restrictions on it at all, personally. But if they had to do it at all, I would like to at least have it in a manner where the character can at least use it, right? Plus an additional attack and defense up plus 100% when performing a super starting from the 8th turn from the character's entry turn. Medium chance of evading enemies' attacks, including supers, plus an additional chance of evading enemies' attacks, including supers, plus 30% before attacking. Ooh. Okay, so slot 1 effect. I mean, to get the most use out of it anyway, right? Like, plus an additional 150% defense and high chance of performing a crit for 3 turns after evading. Oh, he's screaming, put me in slot 1. But unless this isn't his whole passive, I mean, he's just trying to rely on raw defensive numbers, which are going to dwindle as the fight goes on, because he's going to start losing some of these bonuses, right? So the very first turn, he gets 200% attack and defense. No, he gets 200% attack and defense. And then for 1 turn, he gets a guaranteed critical hit. And then allies, extreme, or super class for 3 turns are getting crit bonuses. He's getting plus 150 attack and defense for 5 turns, plus an additional 150 attack and defense, and high chance of launching an additional super when performing a super attack for 7 turns, plus an additional 100% starting from the 8th turn, medium chance to evade, plus 30% before attacking to evade as well, plus an additional 150 and high chance of performing a crit for 3 turns after evading. This guy, he seems like, unless this isn't his whole passive, he seems like he wants to be slot 1, but he seems like he wants full dodge. Like seriously, he seems like he wants full dodge. Because you have to guarantee at least getting that first dodge to get the defense up. Because he doesn't have guard or cut, right? I'm not seeing guard or cut here. So he could get blasted. He could just flat out get blasted if that's all they're doing for him. Starting 321, okay, a week from today. Is he going to be on global as well? That's pretty cool. This is the global video, so I'd imagine, right? Read past stories? What? Did they streamline a way to read the story of the game? Oh, they're changing the UI for story mode. Ooh, that's kind of clean. Yeah, do that. We don't need all the other fluff. To do that, make it streamlined. Okay, team copying function. Okay, that's pretty nice. QOL. What else do we have here? That's pretty self-explanatory. Not really going to worry too much about that. They also have stuff in their roadmap that's coming. Special event. Okay. And I'll have to watch this one later. It's not, specific to my video, so I'm not worried about it. Saiyan Day social media campaign. Okay, so Super Saiyan 3 Goku. I kind of like it, but I also kind of think a lot of people are going to be underwhelmed by this. What are your thoughts on this? I kind of feel like people are going to be underwhelmed because this, again, my gauging of characters, ironically, I said this a lot when I returned during the worldwide, but then by the time I stopped producing regular content, I felt like I understood really good. But my gauging of characters may be a little bit dated because there are characters that have released in my hiatus that I didn't know how to use. I didn't know how they function. I didn't know where the meta went of the game, right? But seeing what I've seen now with some of the characters that have come out, this seems like it's not a great character, like in terms of like the way he's designed. Like I think there are flaws in his kit. Like I kind of pointed out, he doesn't have guard, he doesn't have damage cut. And if you're relying on flat defense, it can be kind of tricky, right? Because a lot of the content, the stats, the enemies are just so damn high, they hit you so damn hard. But he does have dodge, which is the best defensive ability in the entire game. So I can't, he has flat dodge. Like he has dodge automatically, regardless of the before attacking passive. He also can, again, be getting additional dodge investment from the potential system. But I think that's the most important factor, right? And it's unfortunate too, because he has crits and stuff, and he'll give allies increased chance to crit, but it's not going to last very long. So I'm not going to pull up his teams or whatnot, but if you want him to crit, you can give him minimal investment in crit, I guess. But I would assume that you probably just would be reliant on other characters to supply crit through their mechanics, right? Like UI Goku or whatever, if I remember correctly there. It would have been nice if they improved his super attack effect too, because if I recall correctly, I think it just reduces defense, right? That's off the top of my head from years ago checking him out. But just doing passives is fine, but like if they gave him an increased super attack effect where he like massively raises attack and defense for one turn or something like that, that would make things obviously a lot more straightforward and more significant for this character. But I am not so sure that he is, anything like crazy, right? Because they're also not doing any stat upgrades. Like if they were also doing stat upgrades, that would be another thing too. Like say they gave another 1500 even in his stats would be pretty significant for attack and defense. So I'm not really sure. Okay, I wanted to make sure I wasn't missing anything. So I want to ask you guys, what do you think? This is supposed to be one video. I'm going to cut it into two so you guys can kind of find what you want more easily. But I think conceptually it's a good thing. But one thing I think people need to remember with the Z Awaken mechanics, I've talked about this a lot in the past for Dokkan or in the past for Legends videos. When characters release, right? They're most of the time, unless there's some sort of issue with like design choice or whatever, most of the time they are meant to be at their best when they release, right? Obviously, sometimes characters fly under the radar. There are characters that get memed, but for the most part, they're supposed to be at their best and be one of the best characters in the game at the time of their release. And so you have to understand, even though this is a single player game, they still have to continue to raise the bar. So when they introduce mechanics that find a way to bring relevance back to older characters, like a Z Awaken in this game, or a Zenkai, which is basically the same idea, just a little different execution, or balance change in various other gacha games, when they find a way to do a balance change on a character, no matter the game, it's never supposed to be something that supersedes the strongest characters in the game, right? Now, recently, Dokkan's been doing this thing where the EZA characters find a way into being one of the best characters in the game, in that contention, right? So that's a good thing. That's a good thing. So that's going above and beyond. But a lot of games are going to undershoot those characters to where they can't compete with the top end of the game, but they're meant to just be, you know, second awakening, second usefulnesses as characters you can plug into a team if you're missing an option, good secondary characters, things like that. They're not meant to be the main centerpiece, right? But again, Dokkan's been doing otherwise lately, so I want to commend them on that. But damn sure, on a second awakening, man, it's a cool mechanic and a cool idea. I wish they would have done more than just passives if that is truly all they're going to wind up doing. But a passive update, if they're going to, like, this guy's passive improved drastically, right? But if they're not going to go balls to the wall on it, these characters are not going to be anything like top end, right? But again, I don't want to be too critical of this Goku because I need to see calculations. That's going to matter a lot because I wasn't critical on Kefla's too much, but I did say Kefla's awakening was huge, just big unga bunga numbers, and that wound up being the case, but she also wound up being pretty damn good. So I do want to see the Goku, but I also want to temper expectations, whether it's for Goku now or for other characters in the future. Just understand, right? If characters wind up being underwhelming, it's okay. It's okay. It's not great, but it's okay because it's not anything other than giving you a second chance to use your favorite characters versus some of the updated content. That's all you've got to realize. So, hope you guys enjoyed. If you didn't see the other videos I referenced, they should be on the screen now. Thank you.